A touch of originality. A touch of quality. A touch of needing the fire. The touch of going home carrying happiness. The touch of a mother's love with every stitch. A touch of confidence. A touch of sending our wishes for the river. A touch that lasts forever.
York is known for being one of the most affluent cities in northern England. In 2017, it was ranked as the third cash-richest city in the UK, reflected in its quaint high streets lined with tourist centres and designer brands. However, the majority of York's residents are hidden by this picture of prosperity. For them, the city's wealth has long been untouchable. Exposing this discrepancy is one of the aims of local charities.
Most of the wards in the inner part of York, and a substantial number of the wards in York, in this district, have pockets of severe deprivation, but they also have pockets of highly affluent people with obviously, far more means. And because they outnumber the small pockets of deprived residents, it skews the data. So it's one of the big problems, and it's why we don't secure a lot of funding and allowances, because overall we present as an area with very little deprivation.
The COVID-19 pandemic is now exacerbating this inequality, pushing more and more people into poverty. With 1 in 4 people in York working in tourism, hospitality and retail, the job losses in these sectors have hit the city hard, and the number of universal credit applicants doubled in the first lockdown. In February 2021, it was reported that 94% of York's homes are now too expensive for ordinary people. As we enter another recession, most can only gaze through shop windows at properties moving even further out of reach. Local food banks have provided some of the most sobering statistics of the pandemic. In the first lockdown, food bank use was 5 times higher than in 2019, with 2,513 people needing support.
Food poverty is a big problem and always has been. York's a beautiful city. It attracts millions of visitors every year. But behind the beauty, below low level, there's a dark substrata of poverty. Poverty that includes homelessness, rough sleepers, people living in poor living conditions with low incomes, no incomes, and the poverty that the benefit system actually drives them into. We are starting to see people come in to deal with us, to take stuff from us, that are being driven into that level of food poverty by the conditions that the pandemic has brought about. If it wasn't for the food banks like ourselves and the local independent food banks that have cropped up in people's back gardens, then the situation would be dire.
As the pandemic wears on and continues to exacerbate inequalities in the city, the question remains as to how far-reaching its consequences will be and how we can work to ensure that recovering from them will be within reach for all of York's residents.
מתחילים ככה. זה כזה נעים.
ויש לנו את זה?
כן.
תגידי מתי קאט.
קט.
מנואל,
מה?
כמה זמן את בעולם?
8 שנים.
איך זה?
כיף. שאל את עצמך.
כיף.
ברור שזה כיף להיות על פני האדמה. הכל אפשר למשש, הכל נעים. גם את הצעיף וגם את האדמה. וגם את המעיל וגם את המצלמות האלה. שמים 2 קוביות שוקולד. על את המרשמלו. על זה את הביסקוויט השני.
תנחשי את הדבר הבא, אוקיי? אל תסתכלי, תעצמי עיניים.
אני מאוד רחוב. רחוק רחוק. וואו! יפה. זה כל כך יפה.